Okay. Good afternoon to one and all. So today we will discuss about the next one experiment is that verification of Thevenin's theorem, and another one experiment that is verification of Norton's theorem. So these two experiments are similar. These two experiments are similar to each other. So we will see these both experiment today. So and its verification, that is it's verify with calculated value, and our simulation value, that is our Tinkercad value, it can be verified. So if these value are same, that is if we find out the value of VTH and find out the value of RTH by calculation, and if the similar value, it can be shown by our Tinkercad software, that is result will be shown by multimeter, that is VTH and RTH. If it is same, then we can call it as a verification of Thevenin's theorem, and similar to that of verification of Norton's theorem. Okay. Now see, first of all, we will see some of the introduction related to Thevenin's theorem. First of all, anyone tell me what is the statement of Thevenin's theorem? Anyone? Thevenin's theorem is the statement, and what is the procedure, or it may be what is the steps to be followed while solving and Thevenin's theorem? What is the statement of Thevenin's theorem? Anyone? Hello. Ha, माहिती आहे कुणाला statement of Thevenin's theorem? Anyone tell me the statement of Thevenin's theorem? Because it already discussed in the theory, or it will be already solved some problem in our theory, that is unit number 2nd, network theorem. In that we already discussed Thevenin's theorem. So Thevenin's theorem, it states that any two terminal network, any two terminals of the network, it can be replaced by an equivalent voltage source in a series with that of equivalent resistance. Equivalent voltage source in a series with equivalent resistance. So this equivalent voltage source, it is nothing but Thevenin's voltage, and equivalent resistor, that is it is nothing but Thevenin's resistance RTH. Okay, that means any two terminals of the network, it can be converted or it can be replaced in equivalent voltage source. So this equivalent voltage source is nothing but Thevenin's voltage or VTH, and the equivalent resistance is nothing but RTH. Okay, again we know that the steps to be followed while solving and Thevenin's theorem is that, first of all, remove the load resistance RL. After removing the load resistance RL, just represent the terminal A and B. In that terminal, find out the open circuit voltage VTH or VOC. Okay, so this open circuit voltage, it is nothing but Thevenin's voltage. Now, as seen from this terminal A and B, find out the RTH. While finding an RTH, short circuit the voltage source, and if there are current sources there, just open circuit the current source. Current source असेल तर open circuit करायचा, voltage source असेल तर short circuit करायचं, and then by applying series parallel technique, or it may be star delta transformation technique, reduce the network and find out the equivalent resistance. This equivalent resistance is nothing but Thevenin's resistance. Okay, this equivalent resistance, it is nothing but Thevenin's resistance. Okay, now the circuit diagram for this while finding or verification of Thevenin's theorem, it is like this. The circuit diagram असेल. So first of all, we will see the verification of Thevenin's theorem. It will require an experimental kit and digital multimeter. I have already tell the statement, any two terminals of the network containing energy source and bilateral impedances, it can be replaced by an equivalent circuit. So it will consist of VTH and ZTH. And procedure, calculate ETH and ZTH theoretically for the given network. जे network दिले त्यासाठी ETH आणि VTH, or it may be RTH or ZTH. It can be calculated theoretically, and these calculated value, it can be verified, or it can be verified with that of simulated value, that means our Tinkercad value. So if it is same, then we can call it as a verification of Thevenin's theorem. Okay, so see, The network is given here. Network दिलेलं आहे. So we select first of all value. We will select first of all we will select the value of voltage source Vs, then resistance R1, R2 as well as R3 and resistance RL. So first of all we will find out VTH, RTH by calculation, and after that we will calculate the current IL by calculation, and this value it can be verified with that of simulated value. Okay, so see, consider we will take the value. All of you take this reading घ्या. हे आपण ज्या व्हॅल्यू घेणार आहे त्या reading घ्या. So here voltage source Vs, suppose I consider the voltage source Vs, it is nothing but 50 volt. Suppose this is 50 volt, I have taken this is 50 volt. Then this resistance R1, it is nothing but, suppose we have taken 10 ohm resistance, consider करूया R1. Then we consider the resistance R2, here it is R2, so it becomes 15 ohm, 15 ohm. Then resistance R3, it is nothing but, we take resistance R3, it is nothing but 5 ohm. Resistance 5 ohm घेऊया. Then also choose the resistance RL, that is, suppose the resistance RL is nothing but 20 ohm. Resistance RL, it is nothing but 20 ohm. Okay, so all of you take this value of R1, R2, R3 and Vs. लिहायचे तुम्हाला already observation table दिलेला आहे. So all of you take this value. See here the value, it nothing but, here it is Vs is nothing but 50 volt. Vh ची value 50 volt घेतली. V2 it will be not present, so it is nothing but 0. V2 आपण नाही घेतला इथं. Then resistance R1 is nothing but 10 ohm. Resistance R2 it is nothing but 15 ohm. Resistance R3 it is nothing but 5 ohm, and RL is nothing but 20 ohm. So this value, you should write this value in this observation while writing a manual. You should write this value. So we verify this value with our simulated value. घेतले का value सगळ्यांनी? Okay, all of you taken value. Hello.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now see, आपल्याला calculation काय काय करायचंय बघा. Just we want to calculate the current I1. First of all, we calculate the current I1. Then calculate the voltage VTH. Calculate the current RTH. And again we will calculate after equivalent circuit. 4 step आहेत. Equivalent circuit find out केल्यानंतर we will calculate the current IL. So these are the simulated value, that means our experimental value, or it may be our Tinkercad simulated value. It should be right here. इथं लिहायच्या. Then theoretical value it should be right here. म्हणजे ज्या calculated value आलेले त्या इथं लिहायचे. Okay. So see, first of all we will do calculation, or we will do the calculation and solve it, and then we will go through the Tinkercad. So see. Now do you know that step number first, when consider a circuit, and first step is that remove the load resistance RL resistance remove करायचं आहे. So when removing the resistance RL, it will be like this. Again here 50 volt, then 10 ohm, then 15 ohm, then here it is 5 ohm, and here it is open circuit voltage VOC, or it may be VTH. VOC or VTH. We represented in between terminal A and B the voltage VTH or VOC. Okay. Now calculate the value of VTH. सांगा VTH ची व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेट करण्यासाठी काय यूज करावं लागेल? काय यूज केल्यानंतर VTH ची व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेट होईल? हॅलो. This VTH we want to calculate, that means open circuit voltage calculate करायचं याच्या अक्रॉसचं. So here it is one of the mesh, here it is another one mesh, but current flowing from this mesh is 0, that is I2 is equals to 0, because here it is open circuit. Okay. Now this VTH is nothing but voltage across this resistance R2. R2 resistance across the voltage असेल. So he see here R2 resistance is given, that is 15 ohm resistance is given. If we calculate the value of current flowing from this mesh, or it may be current flowing from this branch, then we will calculate the VTH, right? VTH calculate करता येईल का आपल्याला? Hello. You speak. How to calculate VTH? Hello? Is there any doubt? त्याच्यामध्ये डाऊट आहे का काय तुम्हाला? While calculation of VTH, this VTH is nothing but open circuit voltage across this resistor. That is VTH voltage across this resistor is nothing but VTH across this terminal. Okay. Now, see, we will apply KVL. Suppose I have represented the current flowing from this is nothing but I1. याच्यामधून flow होणारा current I1 आहे असं consider करतोय. So see, apply KVL to the first mesh. पहिल्या मेशला KVL apply केला. So value or applying KVL, we are moving from negative to positive. It becomes plus 50 minus 10 into current I1 minus 10 into current I1 minus 15 into current I1 minus I2, but I2 it is equals to 0, so it becomes 15 into current I1, it is equals to 0. Okay, so see, that is 50 minus 10 minus 10 I1 minus 15 I1, so it becomes minus 25 I1, right? Minus 25 I1, it is equals to 0. If it is shifted to the right hand side, you will get the value of I1. I1 is equals to 50 divided by 25. So 50 divided by 25, it is nothing but 2 ampere. Current I1, it is equals to 2 ampere, right? बरोबर का? Hello?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So current I1, it is equals to 2 ampere. Now, from current I1, we will calculate the VTH. Current I1 च्या value वरून आपण VTH calculate करू शकतोय because the VTH is nothing but voltage across this resistance. So VTH म्हणजे त्या रेजिस्टरच्या अक्रॉसचं व्होल्टेज आहे. सो आर जर तुम्ही या मेशला पण KVL अप्लाय केला तरी पण VTH ची व्हॅल्यू मिळेल बिकॉज दिस रेजिस्टन्स व्हॅल्यू अँड करंट फ्लोइंग फ्रॉम दिस इज नथिंग बट 0. हा 0 येईल त्याच्यावरून पण व्हॅल्यू मिळेल. सो VTH इट इज इक्वल्स टू R2 into I1. ओके, सो व्हॉट इज द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ R2? R2 ची व्हॅल्यू काय आहे? व्हॅल्यू ऑफ R2 hello
15.
So value of R2 it is nothing but 15 and current we have calculated, that is current I1 is equals to current I1 किती 2 ampere. So it becomes VTH is equals to 30 volt. VTH it is equals to 30 volt. Okay, so upon VTH ची value calculate केली, so we will get the VTH value, it is nothing but 30 volt. 15 into 2 it is nothing but 30 volt. Now, so this is second step, that is calculation of VTH. Now third one step is that calculation of RTH as seen from terminal A and B. Terminal A आणि B कडून बघून we want to calculate the RTH. RTH ची value calculate करायचे. While calculating RTH, what we'll do in case of voltage source, तिथे एक voltage source आहे. काय करावं लागेल voltage source चं? हॅलो what will we do in case of voltage source? Voltage source आहे, मला RTH ची व्हॅल्यू कॅल्क्युलेट करायची आहे. सो जस्ट शॉर्ट सर्किट दिस व्होल्टेज सोर्स. बघा इथे शॉर्ट सर्किट केलेलं आहे. शॉर्ट सर्किट दिस व्होल्टेज सोर्स. Value of resistance R1 is nothing but 10. Value of resistance R2 it is nothing but 15, and value of resistance R3 it is nothing but 5. Now by applying series parallel technique or it may be star delta technique, you can calculate the resistance RTH in between terminal A and B. Kara calculate. So these two resistances are in parallel combination. So this answer it becomes in series with that of 5 ohm resistor. Kai येईल बघा, RTH it is equals to, so RTH it is equals to 10 into 15. Parallel combination solve करून घ्या अगोदर. 10 into 15 divided by 10 plus 15. 10 plus 15 is nothing but 25. So 150 divided by 25. It is nothing but 6. And 6 plus this resistance is nothing but 6 plus 5. 6 plus 5, it is nothing but 11 ohm. So this is the value of RTH. Okay. So we calculated the value of VTH and also we calculated the value of RTH. So after calculation of VTH and RTH, write, or it may be draw the network in the equivalent form, that is one voltage source in a series with that of one voltage source in series with that of resistor. It is nothing but RTH and VTH. Voltage source is nothing but VTH. If the VTH value is, so VTH is equals to 30 volt, and value of RTH, it is nothing but 11 ohm. Okay, and again across terminal A and B, those resistance we have removed in the first step. पहिल्या स्टेप मध्ये रिमूव्ह केलेला जो रेजिस्टन्स आहे, just connect this resistance here. Okay, so that resistance is nothing but 20 ohm. हा resistance काय होता, आपण घेतला होता 20 ohm. Now apply KVL to that. याला KVL apply करा and just calculate the value of current I1. So 11 plus 20 is nothing but 31, and VTH is nothing but 30. So current flowing from that is IL is equals to load current IL. It is equals to voltage VTH 30 divided by current resistance is nothing but 20 plus 11 is nothing but 31. किती येईल हे? 31 divided by 30 divided by 31 किती येतं हे? किती येते व्हॅल्यू? So it becomes 0.96. 0.96. Okay, now so these are our calculated value. या calculated value आहेत. So this value it can be write in this table. म्हणजे आपण जे theoretical calculation करतोय त्या टेबल मध्ये लिहायच्या. Okay, all of you write this value in this here. So this value we can be verify with the simulation value. आपण simulation value verify करणार आहे. So all of you keep in mind that is VTH is equals to 30, RTH is equals to 11. Then we taken a current IL is equals to 0.967 something. Okay, so it is clear, theoretical clear झालं का? All of you getting this?
Yes,
Hello?
sir.
Okay, now we will simulate this practical, or it may be by using Tinkercad. We will see the simulation. Okay, so I will clear all this. Okay, now see our circuit diagram. It is nothing but अपनी circuit diagram का है, one of the resistor, here it is another one resistor, here it is another one resistor, and here it is one of the voltage source, and here it is load resistance RL. इथं load resistance RL है. Okay, now see so we have opened this window, that is Tinkercad window. Create a new design. आपण new design केलंय. So याच्यामध्ये बघा 3 resistance आहेत, that is resistance R1, resistance R2 and resistance R3, and another one resistance that is RL. So this will be removed in the first step. पहिल्या step ला remove केलंय. So I have not connected here. Okay, now see we have taken one power supply. See the value of power supply. Power supply ची value किती voltage आहे? Voltage किती घेतले आपण?
50 volt.
50 volt. So see here I have taken the voltage 50 volt. Now I have taken I will repeat this connection all. Just remove this connection. हे इक्विपमेंट किंवा हे apparatus कसे घ्यायचे हे माहिती आहेत ना तुम्हाला ऑलरेडी? हॅलो, हे माहित आहे का? Is there any necessary to explain again? हे इक्विपमेंट किंवा apparatus हे कसे घ्यायचे विंडो वरती हे माहित आहे ना? Just search here.
Yes, sir.
हाँ, just search here. If you want register, मला register पाहिजे, just search the register. So register search केला की तो register येईल. Okay, so register येईल, just drag it and so it will be in window. Okay, your programming window, or it may be your design window. So I have selected, just double click on this supply, that is power supply, and represent the voltage. It is nothing but 50 volt. Set केलं voltage. Now I have taken one of the resistor. I have taken one of the resistor. So see this one resistor. So I have selected the value of this resistance is nothing but 10 volt, 10 ohm. So this is resistance R1. So just I will connect this resistance R1 here. Okay, R1 जो resistance है मी इथं connect केला. Now again resistance R2. What is the value of resistance R2? हा resistance R2 है. Value of resistance R2 is nothing but 15 ohm. So I have just connect this resistance here. Okay. Now third one resistor, that is R3. The value of this R3 resistor is nothing but 5 ohm. बघा आपण सिलेक्ट केली, इथं ओहमचं साइन आहे. So ohm and 5 volt. Sorry, 5 ohm. I have select this 5 ohm and just connect this in here. So इथं डायरेक्ट असं कनेक्ट केलं तरी चालेल किंवा ते वर्टिकल शॉर्ट असतं. सो वर्टिकल शॉर्ट असेल so that it will be connected here also. इथे कनेक्ट केलं तरी चालेल. Okay. Now I required one of the multimeter to measure the voltage and to measure the current, also to measure the resistor. मला resistor measure करायचंय, current measure करायचंय, as well as voltage measure करायचं. म्हणजे VTH measure करायचंय, RTH पण measure करायचंय, and some cases मध्ये current पण measure करायचं. So for measurement of this, we required multimeter. Just search here multimeter and drag this multimeter, and it will be come here in the window. Now जे quantity तुम्हाला measure करायचे, so those quantity we want to measure, just select here. So from this multimeter we measure the ampere, that is current, voltage as well as resistor. हे तिन्ही quantity आपण measure करू शकतो. Now see the connection according to our circuit diagram. Just select one bus bar as a positive and one of the bus bar as a negative. एका साइडचा बस बार पॉझिटिव्ह घ्या, एका साइडचा बस बार निगेटिव्ह कन्सिडर करा, कुठलाही केला तरी चालेल. सो सी this bus bar I have taken a positive. Here it is positive terminal. Now in the downward side, this bus bar it is taken as a negative. Okay, so I have done the connection, that is negative and positive. Now the positive terminal of this power supply, it can be connected to resistance R1 terminal. R1 resistance च्या एका terminal ला positive supply connect केलाय power चा. So see this point, it can be connected to this resistor. Resistor च्या एका terminal ला. Now this resistor another one terminal, then R3 resistance one terminal, and R2 resistance one terminal. So these three are at a common point. हे तिन्ही common point ला आहेत. Now we want to measure VTH. So आपण इथला जो काय लोड रेजिस्टन्स होता तो रिमूव्ह केल्यानंतर हे टर्मिनल ओपन राहील. सो या टर्मिनल मध्ये one of the multimeter connect करतो. I have connected one multimeter. And this end of multimeter, it can be connected to R2 and power supply common. Resistance R2, that is इथं connect करतो. आणि again this terminal, it can be connected to the negative. Circuit complete झालं का? Hello. Here it is open circuit. I want to measure the first of all voltage. मला voltage measure करायचंय. So I want to measure the voltage. व्होल्टेज मेजर करायचंय. सो व्होल्टमीटर मी कुठे कनेक्ट केला, या रेजिस्टन्सचं एक टर्मिनल आणि हा जो काही निगेटिव्ह टर्मिनल आहे सी इथं बघा, या रेजिस्टन्सचं एक टर्मिनल. सो आय वॉन्ट टू मेजर द VTH. इथल्या टर्मिनल मध्ये हा रेजिस्टन्स रिमूव्ह होईल आणि या रेजिस्टन्सचं निगेटिव्ह कॉमन टर्मिनल, या कॉमन टर्मिनलला, या दोन टर्मिनलला मी VTH कनेक्ट केलाय. ओके, सो दिस इज द सर्किट डायग्राम for calculating a VTH. VTH calculate करण्याची सर्किट डायग्राम समजली का? सर्किट डायग्राम कसं कनेक्शन केले लक्षात आलं का?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will set the value. Already value set केलेले आहेत. So see the value of voltage source or supply voltage. Supply voltage 15 आहे. करंट त्यावेळेस मी सिलेक्ट केलाय 15 एम्पियर. ओके, सो because our current it is greater than 10 एम्पियर. किती येते व्हॅल्यू आपल्या करंटची? So 2 ampere येते ना. Just select the current, either it may be 5 ampere or it may be 10 ampere. Now resistance ची value select केली. First one 10 ohm, third one 5 ohm, and second one it is 15 ohm. And I have completed the connection. Just I will tinker this start simulation and see the result, that is voltage. Voltage चा result बघूया आपण. I will start simulation. Okay, see. What is the value of V2? What is the value of VTH?
30 volt.
30 volt. So बघा आपली सिम्युलेटेड व्हॅल्यू पण 30 volt आलेली आहे. आणि आपण कॅल्क्युलेटेड व्हॅल्यू पण 30 व्होल्ट आली होती, बरोबर, राईट. आणि करंट बघा, या वेळेचा करंट, सो करंट इट विल बी शोन इन द पॉवर सप्लाय मध्ये करंट दाखवतोय. सो दॅट इज करंट I2 इट विल बी करंट I1 इट विल बी फ्लोईंग फ्रॉम सप्लाय पासून जो फ्लो होतोय करंट, दॅट इज करंट I1 जो आपण कॅल्क्युलेट केला होता 2 एम्पियर. सो दिस करंट इट इज सिमिलर शोन इन हिअर पॉवर सप्लाय मध्ये तो सेम दाखवतो. ओके, गेटिंग. VTH आणि I1 मिळालं.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now another one condition. दुसरी कंडिशन काय? टू कॅल्क्युलेट द RTH. आपल्याला आता RTH कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं आहे. While calculating RTH, our procedure is that if there are voltage source, just short circuit this voltage source. If there are current source, just open circuit the current source. Current source असेल तर ओपन सर्किट करायचा, व्होल्टेज सोर्स असेल तर शॉर्ट सर्किट करायचा. आपल्या याच्यामध्ये एक व्होल्टेज सोर्स आहे. शॉर्ट सर्किट व्होल्टेज सोर्स इज नथिंग बट व्होल्टेज अक्रॉस दिस टर्मिनल. शॉर्ट सर्किट टर्मिनलच्या अक्रॉसचे व्होल्टेज किती असेल, म्हणजे काय करायचं आहे, हा व्होल्टेज सोर्स मला शॉर्ट सर्किट करायचा आहे. सो ऍट दॅट सिच्युएशन व्हॉट इज द व्हॅल्यू ऑफ V ची व्हॅल्यू काय असेल इथं? 0. ओके, मग आपण जो पॉवर सप्लाय यूज केलेला आहे त्या पॉवर सप्लाय मध्ये व्हॅल्यू ऑफ V 0 सेट करायची. सो हे करायचं. देन we want to measure the resistance RTH across this terminal. या दोन टर्मिनलच्या अक्रॉस आपल्याला RTH मेजर करायचं. सो दिस इट विल बी सेट ऍट अ रेजिस्टन्स. ते रेजिस्टन्सला सेट करून घ्यायचं. ओके, सो सी I will stop simulation and see the result. So see this voltage it can be selected to 0 volt. हा जो voltage आहे ते 0 ला मी सिलेक्ट केलं. And I want to measure the quantity, that is I want to measure the resistance. मला resistance measure करायचं आहे. So I have selected the multimeter and change the mode, that is resistance mode. Now I will start simulation. Okay, see the result. What is the result? RTH, value of RTH,
11 ohm.
value of RTH it is 11 ohm. So this is also verified here. झालं का व्हेरिफिकेशन? VTH, करंट I1 and RTH. Getting?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now आता आपण इक्विव्हॅलंट सर्किट ड्रॉ करतो. फायनली काय करतो? इक्विव्हॅलंट सर्किट ड्रॉ करतो. दॅट इज we will draw the equivalent circuit. आपण इक्विव्हॅलंट सर्किट एक ड्रॉ करतो. दॅट इज इक्विव्हॅलंट सर्किट कोणत्या फॉर्म मध्ये येतं? सो वन ऑफ द व्होल्टेज सोर्स जो आपला VTH आलेला आहे, then value of resistance RTH, and in between these two terminal, first one removed resistance, that is RL. So RL ची व्हॅल्यू किती होती? व्हॅल्यू ऑफ RL 20. Value of RTH that is 11. Value of RTH it is nothing but 11, and value of VTH is nothing but 30. Okay, now we make a circuit, another one circuit like this, and we will calculate the current IL. याच्यामधला करंट IL मला कॅल्क्युलेट करायचं आहे. सो फॉर दॅट वी विल मेक अनदर वन सर्किट हिअर ऑल्सो. इथंच आपण दुसरं सर्किट क्रिएट करणार. सो सी I required one of the voltage source. एक voltage source पाहिजे, that is supply voltage source पाहिजे. I required two resistance पाहिजेत मला. जस्ट I will remove one of the resistor. एक resistor remove करतो आणि कनेक्शन एक मल्टीमीटर किंवा याच्यामध्ये एक एमीटर टाकतो, सो जो की आपल्याला करंट दाखवेल. ओके, सो सी वी विल डू द कनेक्शन. दॅट इज वन रेजिस्टर. व्हॅल्यू ऑफ दिस रेजिस्टर किती आहे? RTH ची व्हॅल्यू ऑफ RTH इज नथिंग बट 11. I required value of RTH is nothing but 11 ohm. Then another one resistor, it can be I will connect here like this. So this resistor it will be connected here. So value of this resistor RL ची व्हॅल्यू किती आहे? सेट करायची आपल्याला 20 ना. ओके, सो व्हॅल्यू ऑफ RL इट इज नथिंग बट 20. हा कनेक्ट करून घेतलं आणि वन ऑफ द एमीटर आय विल कनेक्ट वन एमीटर हिअर. इथं मी एक एमीटर टाकतो, म्हणजे एक पॉवर सप्लाय आणि रेजिस्टन्सच्या मध्ये एमीटर टाकतो जो की आपल्याला करंट दाखवेल. ओके, सो सिरीज मध्ये एमीटर कनेक्ट करतो. सो सी पॉझिटिव्ह टर्मिनल ऑफ द दिस पॉवर सप्लाय it can be connected positive terminal of the power supply, it can be connected to positive terminal of the ammeter, then negative terminal of the ammeter, it can be connected to the resistance one terminal, then another one resistance terminal, it can be connected to negative of the. Here it is negative. Zala connection. I want to measure the current, that is amperage or ampere. I have selected ampere. Set the value. Voltage किती आहे पाहिजे आपल्याला VTH 30 volt voltage आहे, and we want to calculate the current RTH. Okay, so just start the simulation. Connection तर complete झालेलं आहे. Just start simulation and see the result. Okay, so see the result. 30 volt voltage, resistance 11 ohm, RL resistance 20 ohm, and the current flowing from this resistor is nothing but 968 milliampere. 968 milliampere is nothing but what is ampere? किती ampere?
0.968 ampere.
0.967 ampere. Okay, getting? So hence we verify the Thevenins theorem. Thevenins theorem verify झाला. Is there any doubt? याच्यामध्ये काही डाऊट आहे का? Thevenins theorem मध्ये समजलंय काय सगळ्यांना? How to
Yes,
do
sir.
the connection? बघा याच्यामध्ये हा पीसीबी जो आहे याचं तुम्हाला कनेक्शन माहित असेल. हे जे काय पॉवर सप्लायच्या लाईन असतात त्या अशा इज नथिंग बट होरिझॉन्टल शॉर्ट सर्किटेड असतात, and these line are vertically short circuited. त्या लाईन vertically short circuited असतात. So according to this, if we do the connection केलं, याच्यामधली एक बसबार मी पॉझिटिव्ह घेतली, इथं कॉम्प्लिकेशन नको म्हणून इकडं another one busbar is there. So I have taken another one busbar as a negative and just connect the circuit connect केलं आणि simulation start केलं. So hence we verify the result. Theoretical and simulated result are same. Hence verification of Thevenins theorem it can be done. Okay, or hence we verify the Thevenins theorem. Getting? Hello? Getting now?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now we will simulate next one, that is verification of Norton's theorem. हा जो काही experiment आहे तो आपण घेऊया. Okay. Now